Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Deutschland. We are here in the mid-afternoon of August still. Found a field of wheat. And I wanted to get that harvested super fast before we move on to September because, well, wheat is not supposed to be available past July according to this map. So we lucked out by having ourselves a field of wheat still. Got that field harvested and everything. So now we are gonna go collect some straw. But I need your help. I need your help, everyone. If you're playing this map and you have pigs, where do you feed them from? We know this is where we give straw. And this is where we buy or pick up our pigs. And if you look at the models, follow the pipe, right? Pipe says this silo here. And then if you follow this pipe, all right, comes around and goes into here. Right? This is for chickens. Because I was able to put wheat in for my chickens. And I looked and I thought, well, maybe there's a switch here. No switch. No way of saying toggle over for pigs. So I am at a bit of a loss as to where we feed our pigs at. If you know, I would love to know. Otherwise, we may just get rid of them. Because if I don't have a way of feeding them, they don't have a way of getting healthy, they won't reproduce. It won't be worth having. What's up, Snowman? How you doing? Now our wheat field is over by the shop. I'm gonna buy a little flatbed trailer. And hopefully I can pull that with this. And we'll bring our bales back to the farm. Put them away in bale storage. See if we can't find some grass to cut so we can get our sheep and cows fed a little bit. There's our wheat field we bought and got it harvested. Baled it up in the pre-show. Good evening, Johnny. How you doing? Here we go. Good evening, Miss Hillbilly Farmer. How's it going? No. Miscellaneous. Oh, we also put in... I put in the Unimog. Who doesn't love a good Unimog? We're gonna have to try to use that at some point. Oh. I was worried about that. Oh, let's see. There we go. Oh, Richard, that's the plan. Don't know when it's going to be yet. Other than Saturday. So we'll see. GPortal is having another Bale stacking challenge amongst its partners on Saturday. It was going to be last Friday during the early afternoon, but a large portion of partners could not make it, so that got pushed back. When it was set for Friday, I wasn't going to be able to make it. Actually, it was Friday morning. It was at 11. Don't worry, I'm not going to practice. It's more fun that way. Glad to see that that actually had straps. One, two, three, four, five, six. Perfect. Perfection. Oh, Johnny, I'm all right. Got a little allergy action going on. So, working through that. Are you serious? What's up, the other Richard? How you doing tonight? Tonight we are celebrating 58,000 subs and 20 million views. We hit 20 million views last week. I didn't notice, but I knew we were going to get close to 48,000. And we got bumped over the edge earlier today. So thank you to everyone that is a subscriber. You are sadly in the minority. 73% of our views come from non-subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and click that little notification button or subscribe button. It really does help. Are you kidding me? Alright, fine. I'm hoping we can get 50K before whatever comes next in Farm Sim. That would be cool. Alright, let's see if we can't get these things properly stacked. Or if you can't do it properly, we'll just do it improperly. You know, whatever gets the job done. Well, Richard, I'm glad you could be a part of it as well. All right, let's see. See if we can't navigate the narrow roads of town here. Oh, Richard, glad it helped you. Glad it helped you out. I'm no expert by any means with respect to graphic settings and optimizing things, but what I've landed on seems to work well for just about any map that I land on. And at this point, the 3080s kind of mid-pack, right? So a lot of people have cards that will perform similar or better. All right, we made it. I'm gonna see if I can't grab that pallet of twine. Take that back with us. And then we'll load these up on the bale stack that's up at the chicken coop. Wrong turn. Wrong way. Sounded fine to me. Didn't sound electric to moi. I think your headphones are just turned down. Turn those darn things up. We started on Farm B, the one with all the animals. Well, that's your problem. So that Farm A was a little narrow. And I wanted to mess around with all these animal areas. So here we are, Farm B. And we now have pigs, chickens, cows and sheep. I'm currently suffering from an issue where I can't figure out how to feed the pigs. We learned our bale storage up here holds 250. So we're going to put some straw away. The green square is for unloading. The red square on top is for loading. So kind of like Hoff Bergman, right? You kind of got to work for it. So this is wool. This is going to be our interactive point for our storage. And this is going to be where our bales spawn when you take them down out of storage. Kind of up there too, so you need a pretty long reach. I don't know if the biggest front loader arms will reach up there or not. And then we also have bale storage over on the other side of the cow barn. So for fun, let's take these 4 bales over there. So the cow storage is up here. And we need to get them inside. And there they are. Now this also says only 250, but I think you can put more up here. Or more could be stored up here. Good morning, David. How are you going? So I am seeking help, everyone. Seeking help. This feed trigger is for chickens. I've yet to figure out how to feed our pigs. We have our pig unloading point. We have our pig straw point. You follow the pipe, it should imply that the pigs are here at this silo. And if you follow this hose, it comes back and connects here, which somewhat implies this would be for pigs and chickens. Well, the problem is pigs and chickens both take wheat. So how do you know which we are feeding? Right? But when I dumped it in, all I got was our chickens. And there doesn't appear to be any sort of trigger over here to toggle which animal works for. This is a silo output because this other silo is just for storing mineral feed. And then this is a mineral feed dump. If you deliver mineral feed, you can put it in the silo that way. So how do you feed your pigs? Inquiring minds want to know. Here's a little patch of potatoes we own. And this is not owned by us. I want to find grass. I need to find grass that is cuttable. This is cuttable. Oh, it's owned by me too. Very better. Very better. Very, very good. All right. Let's go and make this September. Oh, I guess we don't have a farmhouse. Alright, we'll go buy one. This will be our farmhouse. It'll also give us another little grass area. We can try, Richard, but I would have thought he would have had a little floaty trigger there, right? But we can try. Welcome to September. All right, let's make it easier on everyone. And just spawn in a pallet of pig food. Then we'll walk around and see where it starts to unload. Nope. Not there. Are you kidding me? So, but watch this. I bet you did, Scooter. I bet you did. There, we put a little bit of wheat in. It's like it's set to take pig food. I'd be willing to bet it's not, it won't accept anything else. I'd be willing to bet it's going to force you to feed pig food. No, it took it. It took it this time. Are you going to close? All right, well, let's go put a little bit more feed in. While it's working, but that's kind of the, for me, it's kind of the big question. How do you feed one over the other if they're the same? You know? All right. That's done. Let's get to mowing. We got our Mercedes-Benz. I do know we're going to need a front weight. All right, let's go to town. And we'll get to harvest, or cutting, not harvesting, but cutting our grass. We'll maybe put a little bit away in the silage bunker for silage so we can start making some TMR for our cows. Make hay for our sheep and probably feed the cows a little hay to get started. Recently checked on our sorghum field. Well, I don't think that's going to be ready, but we'll see. Now this plot of land is owned in new farmer mode at the start. It's just below the starting farm. So I did not get rid of it when I pulled the starting farm away. And I'm going this way just so I can get a little closer to that fence line. Then we're going to need to start liming our fields. Get them in top shape for spring planting. And we also have that grass up by the farmhouse that we bought. So we need to hit that. Who else is playing on the map? Where did you start? Did you start at farmland ID A, B, or farm C? Did you maybe buy the chicken farm? And are you working on that? Inquiring minds want to know. But also inquiring minds. Well, I want to talk about a deal we got going on with one of our channel partners. That is Apex Gaming Computers. Right now, between now and May 31st, save 10% off all PCs with the code MAY24. We do have 3 custom pre-built machines: Yeoman, Homesteader, and Rancher. You can find those configurations here. These configurations are configurable, if you will. So if you do want to make some changes to those, you can go ahead and do that as well. We do get a little bit of a kickback on every sale of one of these systems. So I encourage you to go check out. The link is down in the description below. All of these have plenty of power supply to go around, so they are easily upgradable in the future. 16 gigs of RAM across the board. Fast NVMe drives also across the board. Encourage you to go check out Apex Gaming Computer. Again, linked in the description below. Tookie! Well, if you want to start at Pro Farmer mode, that's fine. Right? You don't own any land, and some of this land is darn expensive. You do start out by owning all of your machinery, though. This map author did not. I think you're getting this and the Wisconsin map mixed up. Although the Wisconsin map author did reply to my video today, and he said that that even though grass doesn't appear, supposedly it still will work and grow on the map. It's a little counterindicative to what I thought, but I haven't tested it, so all I can do is go off their word of good faith. But this one has grass listed here. It always worked under the assumption that if it wasn't listed in the crop screen, then it wasn't going to be plantable or seedable from your seeders, and therefore not something that you can put down. Now, grass is a paintable crop, if you will, so maybe that is the loophole. You can paint it versus seed it. But then again, I don't know. I haven't tested it. He says it works. Jojo, welcome to the stream. You know what? Let's talk about who our sponsors are today. This video is brought to you by Metallic Fox and Backbone. Thank you for being farm barons. Tookie, did you get a chance to play with that harvester? You have to tell me the truth. No lying. What? You call yourself a Farm Sim player, you didn't look at mods today? That is what the map author says. He seems to think there's something called FS25 coming. And when it drops, he's going to update this map to include the lower third. I'm taking a stance until it's announced it doesn't exist. But I will tell you that I got some pretty good money that we can probably expect an announcement, if there is going to be one, to be on June 25th. That's when my money is at. June 25th is a Tuesday, just before, the week before FarmCon. Giants has been playing the numbers game. They announced Farm Sim 22 on April 22nd. They released Farm Sim 22 on November 22nd. They released the FS22 in a nutshell on May 22nd. They've released several other things on the 22nd for FS22. So why not continue that trend and announce FS25, maybe, on the 25th, maybe. And the next 25th, that was during a work week, is June 25th, which happens to be about a week and a half before FarmCon. Just enough time to drop the FS25 announcement. Then within a matter of a day or two, drop the FarmCon schedule that will hopefully include lots of FS25 content. And then keep milking the hype through FarmCon and beyond. Because it's not like they haven't been working on it. You know, they don't work on something once they announce it. I'm pretty confident they've been working on whatever's coming next since since 2022. Quite frankly. As soon as FS22 drops, they'll go on vacation, take a holiday, maybe give themselves until the new year, and then come back and get a core team for the next game. Leave another team to do updates and things for the existing product. Some days we feel that QA is taking a leave of absence when there hasn't been any sort of official holiday. Well, quite frankly, they are maybe, probably, at those points in times, doing some concentrated testing and validation of things to come. Well, Donald, what's Steam say? What's Steam say it needs? I mean, any 40 series will run circles around a 2060. Richard, did you bought it through the eShop? The game is the game an eShop game? Is the game Steam? Alright, so with it being a Steam game, you're going to need to download the update from the eShop. So you have to log into the eShop, enter your code, your activation code, and it should give you then a download for the update. And you should be able to then run that. And it should prompt you again for your activation code, and then install. Genetic J, I just like this map better. And, you know, honestly, your troubles with the shop. Other people's troubles with the shop. Gave me a little bit of a pause as to if I wanted to deal with that or not. When and if I got around to contracts. Now this shop is a little bit bigger, but it still can be a little problematic for harvest contracts. So we're not completely getting away from that. Let me run over here and I'll show you what I mean. So here at the shop, typically your vehicles spawn in right here. It's not a big spot. I did a harvest contract. I was on this map when I kind of was doing some general gameplay when I talked about how to make your epic free copy, which by the way ends tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So we have 26 hours to go at this instant before you can no longer get a free copy of Farming Simulator 22 over at Epic Games. So if you haven't gone to go and redeem that, encourage you to go sign up for Epic Games if you don't have an account, log in with your account, and redeem your free copy. I was doing a video on how to make that free copy a dedicated server. So I did a harvest contract. The harvester spawned here. The header spawned here, which made getting it out of the grass a little interesting. A tractor spawned here. A trailer spawned here. The other trailer I was supposed to get, nowhere to be found. So this map still has a little bit of issues with that regard to spawning in large amounts of machinery. Or larger machinery. So I just visually liked this map. I like this map author's work overall. I thought I'd give him a second chance. I didn't play a lot of his Italia map because I didn't like how he was treating people who were reporting bugs. But I thought, you know what, I'll give him another try. He's been responsive. There's been 2 updates. I approved a post earlier today. Someone had included the changelog for both updates in a comment, so I went ahead and approved that. So you can see that, exactly what's been updated in that comment. After the stream, I might go and pin it. If I remember. And I thought I could pronounce this name, the name of this map, a lot easier. Because, you know, that other map, it was a one-time deal. After that, I'm not going to know. I'm not going to pronounce it. Alright, you don't update it in the game. Do not update it in the game. Go to the Giants eShop website and re-download the copy. You don't update it like you do a mod from within the game. Open a browser, go to the Giants eShop. When you copy and paste the code in there, make sure there's no spaces at the end. Beyond that, I would say email support. They'll be able to assist. Be careful when you copy and paste that you don't have a blank space at the end. By all means, if you wish to share my video out, by all means. Yeah, it's easy sometimes to have a space there when you copy it and you don't realize it. And of course, when you paste it in, it's obscured, so then you're like, I don't know. So sometimes what I do is I'll paste it into the search bar of the browser. I'll paste it into, pull up Notepad. I'll just paste it into Notepad. And I'll go to the end and I'll just make sure there's no extra character. If there is, I'll hit backspace, clear it out, and copy it again from Notepad and paste it in. You do have a limited number of activations, but it's more than one. Right after this, I want to grab that little Doots. Use the tedder. And that'll be fun. I do wish this tractor had a bit more oomph. It also seems to sometimes get stuck in third gear and not want to shift up. It's 1100. I don't know, it's the one that came with it. So again, this is the one that was the required. Here it is. 700, 440, and 441. We have the 441. So I don't know which horsepower I got. Let's check the shop. And 125 horsepower is what this one is. It's the Gruma. It looks like we can maybe ink another 25 horsepower out of it. I mean, you know, I just assumed it was the one with the biggest engine. Don't we all just Tim Taylor it and more power? Put the biggest engine we can in? I don't know why they asked at the shop. Of course, I want the big one. I really do like, I've mentioned this before, I'll mention it again, I really like this PDA style with these elevation lines. Really gives you an idea of, well, how steep is something, how flat is something. That would be a feature I'd like to see come forward. Just standard. No, I didn't really notice that. The field numbers are where the field entrances are. Usually they're kind of centered on the farmland. I'm glad you got it updated, Richard. I've definitely run into the activation limit. So much to the point where I just picked up the Steam copy and used that on most any system other than the main gaming one. I want the big boy engine, please. I wonder what the difference is between optimized and I don't know. We'll just leave it as that. So many options. Sure. Did we lose four-wheel steer? I'll look at that later. Where's that little baby tractor? Wait. Do we have fill planes? Oh, wait. Do we? I think we might. I think we might have fill planes. We're gonna need to look when we dump more crop in here to see if these things go up or down. That would be a cool little detail. I think there was movable fill planes in silos like back FS15 days, FS 13 days. If I recall correctly. Some of the old timers might remember. I like that we have little things like this. We can still use these kind of classic tractors on. Everything is so big these days. Some days you just want to get on a little tractor like this and drive around. Of course, you hope it's not hot. Right? You don't want to do it on a hot, humid day. But growing up, we didn't have, we had two things that had cabs. We had a harvester that had a cab on it. And we had one tractor with a cab on it. Everything else was open. Your air conditioning was a shade tree. Sometimes your breeze was, well, how fast can you drive through the field? Speed up time a little bit. Get this fog burned off. I think this tractor will be too small for the rake. You think the trees are different? I don't know. I don't know if they're maybe the same. They're definitely standard trees in build mode. So if we have unique tree textures in game, we don't get the ability to place them. I'll be honest, I don't look at the trees too much because the concept of forestry is, I'm not doing it, so. They're here. The really last Giants map I was on was Sri Lanka, and that I think had some different tree textures in it. Of course, Silver and Forest had different tree textures in it. We gotta go back quite a few years to when we were regularly on Elm Creek or Hope Bay the Rune or Erlenrot. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being a sub. Hopefully you are a sub. I was a little surprised today when I saw that 73% of our watch minutes were by non-subs. Right, where could we be if we had 3/4 the sub count? We'd be over 100K, that's for sure. Right? I just want to get to 50K before whatever comes next comes out. Anything more than that's icing on the cake. I do appreciate each and every one of you that comes out and just hangs out with me at night as we chill. All of our streamers in Farm Sim they have their own little unique style. Alright, so I've been thinking, how much of this other field do we tedder, or ted? How much do we rake? I feel like we need a little bit more hay than this. Not a lot. You think you're subbed? Well, it's pretty easy. You go to the channel, and if it either says subscribe or subscribed. If you don't have a duh, then you need to click the button so you do get a duh at the end of that subscribe. Burgess, I want to make sure you're a duh. Remember to hit that like button too. If you don't like the stream, just pound it twice. Well, Donald, if you sense a witty comment but can't come up with a witty comment, what's that say? Hmm? Then again, maybe that is the witty comment. You're definitely a member. Your trophy by your name indicates that for sure. All right, I'm gonna do 2 rounds with the tedder, and then leave the rest as grass. Get started on making a little bit of silage. Or maybe we should just feed them hay until spring. I like that latter idea, actually. I like that latter idea a lot. So if they were to add additional animals into whatever comes next, what would you like to see? Ownable animals? Would you like to see some more wild critters? I want llamas. I want some other way of doing wool. And I want llamas because they spit. I mean, we had flatulent pigs. Why can't we have spitting llamas? I think ducks would be cool as a wild animal. To be able to have ducks just kind of swimming around on top of the ponds and the lakes and the rivers. They could add llamas, they could add wild rabbits. What was that map in 17? Had a snake down at the shop. It was an Auction David map. That's about all I remember. I mean, I'd be fine if they didn't include snakes. Maybe we could get a decorative fish pond with koi. Still waiting for an Asian inspired map. So we won't have any ostrich or emu. Well, we do have rice on a couple mod maps. We've got rice on an Italian map, I know. I think we've seen rice on a South American map, a Brazilian map. So like where you would actually scrape the turf up and roll it up. We had that map in 19, I believe. That had grass seed. Seed grass was one of the crops. Peanuts would be cool. I love peanuts. Virginia is big for peanuts. Not in my area, but kind of more central. I'll devour a can of honey roasted. Some Planters honey roasted nuts. Just call me a magician, because I'll make that can disappear. I wouldn't mind seeing smaller scale cotton. I think cotton gets a bad rap, doesn't get used a lot because the bales are so darn big. It takes such a large field of cotton to make a bale, even the 1,000-liter John Deere bales. The harvesting equipment is so darn expensive. We can do smaller cotton bales. Smaller machinery. Peanut skins? You mean like the little thin brown paper thing that's between the peanut and the shell? Or just being able to transport loose cotton. I think there's a mod that has loose cotton. Richard, I think it's on the Giants Mod Hub. And that's where King Mod stole it from. Or someone uploaded it to King's Mod so they could get some pennies on the dollar for someone else's work. Yeah, I bet if we looked on the Giants Mod Hub, it would be there. Well, David, there's American emus, and then there's Australian ones, right? We're talking about the American ones. I'll pull it up, Richard. I'll look real quick when we're done here. Pretty sure it's a, pretty sure it came from one of the South American modding groups. All right, let's increase this. So they don't have cotton, do they? Yeah, they do. Um, so I would have thought it'd been under cotton. Oh, for sure I'd seen it. No, I thought it was one that was a harvester, but just it didn't make a module or a bale. Then that there were some trailers you could dump loose cotton into. Maybe it just never came out. I definitely saw pictures of it. right, well, we'll just we'll just say that it's my delusional memory. Wouldn't be the first time. Go to FS19. See? There you see? See my delusionalness? All right. Let's get back to work. Oops. So we definitely lost four-wheel steer. When we went to maybe when we went to Narrows, we lost it. Narrows 2. I thought for sure this had four-wheel steer. Maybe that's what... I don't know. I am just becoming delusional. We'll just say I'm full-on delusional. Cyberwolf. Hope he's enjoying his time in Germany. It's only for a month. I thought that was usually typically longer. There we go. Well, it's a fabulous opportunity. Gets to experience the world, gets to experience other cultures firsthand. Glad these sticks don't get picked up by the rig. All right, catch you later, Richard. We're going to be done in about 15 minutes anyway. I don't know if that's going to clear customs with a person underage. But I'll get this bailed up, and oh, okay. It's one of those short travel trips. Travel classes. Now, Saturday, as was mentioned earlier, we are hopefully going to be participating with other GPortal partners on a bale stacking contest. I don't know if it's going to be streamed over anything official. I'm not really sure when it's going to be yet, other than it's supposed to be this coming Saturday. It's already been rescheduled once. So keep on a lookout for that. We'll post some information on where you can go to see that event. Friday night we have Friday Night Wreckfest over at our secondary channel. FK's Funhouse. I encourage you to go check that out. If you haven't seen our absolute Wreckfest mayhem, it can get pretty cutthroat. Let's just say that. And then Saturday night, we've got Saturday Night Convoy Night in American Truck Simulator that we also run over at the secondary channel. Some of us do try to actually deliver those loads. Tomorrow night, I plan on taking the night off unless there's a map drops tomorrow. Then we'll be putting that map video out. Strive to get the maps out as soon as possible once they drop. I don't know how many maps are in testing. We still have another Oxygen David map in the works. I feel like we do. Our very own CCS 101 will hopefully have Nebraska lands ready for testing soon. That'll be a 16x Nebraska map. If you enjoyed Nebraska lands in FS19, this one will be 4 times larger. So once that's ready for testing, we'll start doing some testing live streams. Just like I try to stay off this fence. Anyway, he could bring back some nice German chocolate. Oh. Well, when Giants sent out some press kits for FS22 had some goodies in it. One of them was an Erlengrot branded chocolate bar. Because of course on Erlengrot we have the chocolate factory. And that was some of the best chocolate I think I've ever eaten. We got a little bit of a little can of French olive oil. To get your free chocolate comes in a bag in little morsel shapes, and it's called semi-sweet chocolate. Typically it goes in things like cookies. I've been known to need to get on a chocolate fix and grab a couple handfuls of little chocolate morsels. They're not near as good without being made into something, but when that's all you got in the house, that's all you got. Well, you know, you're gonna have to send some Aussie chocolate. Then we can have a comparative taste test. I mean, for all I know, Aussie chocolate might be like inside out. Or like the nougat's on the outside and the chocolate's on the inside. Oh, so when you open it, the top of the bar is on the bottom? Alright, folks, that's it. I think that's what we're going to call it. Like I said, we're going to finish up baling this, and then we will be back maybe on Saturday, maybe not. Depends on when this bale challenge is. All I know is it's supposedly Saturday with a bunch of Giants partners. I told him I would prefer sometime between sunup and sundown. But narrowing down the time frame really would be beneficial. Beyond that, come check out our secondary channel, FK's Funhouse, for a whole hoop a lot of Wreckfest fun. We do have a Wreckfest server. We get anywhere between 6 to 8 folks on typically. Running various challenges. And until next time, happy farming.